Hello and welcome guys back to my channel. My name's Kevin Lee, and if you're new to my channel, I make videos on how to invest in the stock market, buying stocks, shares, bonds, ETFs, you name it. The name of the game is making as much money as possible and getting the hell out. But what I want to talk about in today's video, I just want to talk about the 5 best ways that you can actually utilize your time during lockdown to generate extra funds and income. And these are some of these 5 ways which I use and have been using for many years. Number 1, obviously goes without saying, investing, which is what this channel is all about. So I would say definitely open up a free trade portfolio, whether that's your platform of choice, Trading 212, or there's many other platforms that you can use to invest nowadays. I personally use Free Trade, and that's a platform that I tend to use and been using for quite a while. Free Trade is really good for investing. They are constantly adding new companies to their app. If you haven't heard of Free Trade, definitely click on the link beneath this video. You'll be able to download the app. It's completely free. And once you deposit your account, you'll receive a free fund. It could be anything between £3 and £200. So that's definitely something worth looking into. So definitely number 1 straight away, we're talking about investing. Investing is the number 1 way that you can actually make extra funds during lockdown, currently during this time that we're in, because we're in tier 5 or alert level 5 or whatever it's called, and everything is closed. So you're either working from home or you're generating extra funds from home, and which is what this channel is all about, okay? So that's number 1, investing. Number 2, slightly niche somewhat, but if you have a driving or parking space, definitely it's worthwhile looking at renting your parking space out. Again, another way of generating extra income if you're currently during lockdown, because many people are still traveling to work and having to drive to work, and parking restrictions haven't been lifted, so parking wardens are still on the street, so people are looking for somewhere to park. So if you have a parking space, definitely worthwhile looking at different ways in which you can rent your parking space out. In the past I've used Your Parking Space, really good service to rent your parking space out, but there's many different other websites depending on what country you're in. Definitely worth something looking into. Renting out your parking space is another way to generate extra income, especially if you live next to a venue like a football stadium venue or a venue that requires a large amount of people to visit. You're definitely going to see your revenue go up just by renting your parking space, and Your Parking Space is a great app to use for that. At number 3, another way you can actually generate funds during this current pandemic, this lockdown, is by renting out your car. I mean, there's 3 great apps that you can use to rent your car. 3 off the top of my head, there's Hire Car, which is a good app to use if you're thinking about renting your car. Get Around is another app which is really good, and also Turo. So those 3 apps are great apps to use if you're thinking about renting your car out, if you're not using it, if it's just sitting there. And that way you can also rent out your parking space as well. So if you have a driveway, if you have a car sitting in your driveway and you're not using it, rent the car out, rent the driveway out, and you're making extra income while you're currently in lockdown. So that's another way to generate funds. Number 4, another great way to generate extra funds is sell food. Many of us are currently seeing a huge increase in the amount of people selling food on Deliveroo, Just Eat, Hungry House. There's many different places where you can actually advertise your food, even if you're making it from home, providing you've got a hygiene license, because nobody wants to get food poisoning. That could be another great way to generate extra income. If you know how to cook, you can put together a great menu. You can actually start a complete restaurant from the luxury of your own kitchen. So that's another way to generate extra income. Many people are doing it. Some people are actually doing it full time and getting somewhat successful from it. Really utilizing the full use of their kitchen and actually providing a second business while they're on lockdown. Number 5, become an entrepreneur. Create a business. Think of something that you're good in, whether it's creating a product, a brand, a clothing line, designing, editing. Offer a service. There are a number of platforms where you can offer your skills, like Fiverr, People Per Hour, and many people will pay for your services or your skills. That's another great way to generate extra income just by putting your talent to good use. This one I'm very interested in. I'm all about entrepreneurship, pushing people in the right direction of being an entrepreneur and utilizing the maximum amount of your skill set. So definitely think of, what are you good at? What can you offer to someone else? What will someone pay you for? And definitely putting these skills on a platform such as Fiverr, people per hour, and you'll see the revenue coming as people start utilizing your skills as well. That's another great way of generating extra income. Well, it could be creating a product, starting a food business, like I told you. That's becoming an entrepreneur. Because even when we're out of lockdown, you still have a food business, you know. So become an entrepreneur, definitely number 5. Many people are doing it now, you know, where it's locked down, literally everything's closed, you know, so you have much more time to yourself to think of what kind of business do you want to create. You know, when we come out of this lockdown, what have you achieved from it? And that's the kind of thing that you want to be thinking about. You don't just want to come out exactly the same person as you went in. You want to come out better off than you went into this lockdown. Because, you know, over here we're talking about, you know, February, March of when we can come out of this so-called lockdown. And I know personally I would have a number of skills that I've generated in that time frame. So definitely think about that for yourself. Think about what you can utilize and definitely push that forward. Even if you're working from home, take some time out after you finish work and put some time into yourself and generate your own skills. Because at the end of the day, you want to be your own boss. You don't want to have somebody else breathing down your neck. Although they're not physically there, you're still working for someone else, and you want to kind of come away from that. At some point, if that's not you and you love your job, that's all cool. But for those entrepreneurs out there and those investment and multi-millionaire, billionaires of the future, you guys want to think about how you can become a self-sufficient entrepreneur. Okay, so definitely create your own business. 100% definitely do that. Number 5. Okay guys, so these are my 5 ways of generating an extra income during lockdown, so that when you come out of this lockdown, you are much better off than how you went in. Okay? Thank you guys. Don't forget, I really appreciate every single one of you for subscribing to this channel. Don't forget, give me a like on this video so this video can be boosted and so many people can see this video. And don't forget to click on the bell icon as well. But until my next video, thank you guys, really appreciate you. I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care guys, bye bye.